Sabbath was observed without a calendar, so don't blame the Gregorian system. One of the most desperate arguments used to avoid Sabbath truth is this: we don't know which day is really the seventh anymore. Blame the calendar, blame the Gregorian reform, blame history, blame anything, as long as it's not disobedience. But here's the problem with that excuse. It falls apart under the weight of scripture, history, logic, and truth. Let's go back to the beginning. When God created the Sabbath in Genesis 2:2-3, there was no Roman calendar, no Jewish calendar, no Gregorian calendar. There wasn't even sin. But there was a 7-day week, ordained by the Creator himself. God worked 6 days and rested on the seventh. That cycle began at creation, and nothing has broken it since. The sun rules the day, the moon marks the month. But the 7-day week? That's a divine institution with no link to celestial bodies. It exists purely because God said so. So don't blame the calendar. Adam didn't need a calendar to know when the Sabbath was. Neither did Noah. Neither did Abraham. They passed down the weekly cycle faithfully through generations, not by printed dates, but by memory, rhythm, and reverence. When God gave manna in the wilderness, Exodus 16, he re-established the Sabbath cycle with power. For 40 years, every week, manna fell for 6 days and ceased on the seventh. No calendar, no confusion, just divine consistency. God himself ensured his people knew exactly which day was holy. When the 10 Commandments were thundered from Sinai, Exodus 20, God didn't say, "Look at your calendar." He said, "Remember the Sabbath day." Why? Because it had already been revealed, already kept, already established, with no need for Roman date stamps. Fast forward to Jesus. He kept the same seventh-day Sabbath that Israel had observed for centuries. Luke 4:16 says it was his custom. Did he need a calendar to find it? No, because the weekly cycle was intact, passed from generation to generation without interruption. Even after his death, the weekly cycle remained so clear that Luke 23:54-56 says the women rested on the Sabbath according to the commandment. Then came to the tomb on the first day of the week. The Sabbath is the seventh day. The first day is Sunday. That order hasn't changed. Even the Catholic Church admits it. The Catechism says Sunday is the first day of the week, the day of Christ's resurrection. They openly admit changing the day of worship, not because of God's command, but by their own authority. The Gregorian calendar, introduced in 1582, adjusted the date of the year, not the cycle of the week. Thursday, October 4th, was followed by Friday, October 15th. The sequence of days, Thursday to Friday to Saturday, remained unchanged. The same 7-day rhythm established by God continued uninterrupted. To claim we don't know which day is the seventh is to ignore history and insult God's power to preserve his own command. Are we really saying God could create the universe but couldn't protect the weekly cycle? The Jews, scattered across the globe, still keep the seventh day. The Seventh-day Adventists, numbering in the millions, keep it in every nation. The Bible has never changed the day. The calendar hasn't broken the cycle. Only man's excuses have tried to erase it. So to every pastor saying, "We've lost track of the real Sabbath," prove it. Show the break. Show the disruption. Show the command to switch to Sunday. You can't, because there isn't one. Don't blame the Gregorian calendar. Blame rebellion. Blame tradition. Blame compromise. But don't blame God's timekeeping. The Sabbath is still the seventh day. It has never moved. The only thing that's moved is you. It's time to stop hiding behind calendars and start obeying the word of God.